Alright, so I'm finally doing this. Um, why today? I don't know. Why at 1 a.m.? Who the fuck knows, bro? Um, you know what? We're gonna start off with a little autobiography. Little autobiography about me. Maybe on first thing I post. Just to let you guys know, this is gonna be some really deep shit, really personal shit about me. Some also not some good shit, honestly. It's not gonna be great. Um, so you'll get to learn a lot about me. Um, in the 19, almost 20 years I've been alive. Let's see. Let's really think about this here. Um, First thing I can really think of is my dad left. My dad, biological dad. As some of you may not know, my my dad currently is not my birth dad. Uh, my birth dad left me when I was 7 or 8, from what my mom told me. Um, and honestly, who knows why? We don't really know an answer. But yeah, so I've kind of never really growing up with that. I didn't really have a father figure in my life except for my grandpa. Which shout out to my grandpa, best grandpa in the world probably. He's fucking great. I love him. Um, and he was really the father figure that I needed in my life, and he taught me so much. Um, but yeah, and so my dad leaving just kind of didn't. I wouldn't say it made me who I am, but it definitely affected me that I didn't think I. It affected me in a way I didn't know it did. As a kid, probably, I felt way more insecure about things. Let's just talk about elementary. When I was a kid, elementary felt cool because I was the smartest kid in my school. People seemed to like me. Like I don't know. Um, and turns out to know one of my best friends from uh elementary that went to middle school with me said that basically everyone bullied me in elementary. I was like, all right, cool. So I mean, I would say knowing that, learning that, kind of fucked up my mentality, and it still kind of does. Because it feels like I overthink a lot. So I think doing like learning all that shit just kind of made me not feel great. Made me feel like I couldn't trust my friends. Like I couldn't trust um people people who cared about me. I felt like I couldn't trust them because I mean, how would you react if you found out that nobody, not only I only two real people, like the only two people out of the 30 friendships you made in elementary actually liked you for who you were and then bully you behind your back. It's whatever now, but and it's weird because like 2021, 2022, I met up with some friends, some people I knew from elementary, and I don't know how, it was such a random thing. I don't even know why it happened. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting. Um, what else happened in elementary? Fucking nothing, bro. I was smart. That's about it. People didn't like me for who I was. They took advantage of me because I was smart. I always brought lunch to school, so they'd always ask me for food I brought. Which in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, these are my friends. I'll give it to them because you know, just trying to be a nice guy. And I went to middle school, and that's when I became depressed. That's when I became depressed because life got hard. I was really dumb. Let me tell you, when I first met Alan de la Cruz Reyes, I knew I I was not smart. He's smart. I'm not. If I guess I had an ego in elementary, but but now in middle school where I people, where there were people that were so much smarter than me, your ego kind of gets takes a hit. Your ego takes a hit. You learn you're not all that, and that's how I felt. So I became depressed, not because of that, but like I don't know, life just didn't feel great. Um, I will say that karate was did help me so much back in elementary, middle, and some of high school. Going to karate really, really did change me. Really did help me. I learned some Korean. Not that I know anything anymore. It's been such a long time. But I do know how to defend myself. I mean, I haven't practiced it in a while, but I can still do it. But yeah, we're not. Karate gave me confidence. Karate gave me an opportunity to learn about myself. Like, really made me think. Really pushed me to my limits. Cause karate was hard. I remember I was gonna quit when I was a white belt because I couldn't pass my first test, and I was just like, let's just go for it. And then I thought I was gonna quit before I took my black belt test because I didn't know anything before my black belt test. But you know what? The perseverance and just the willingness to do the work, to put in the effort, really does help you. Cause I aced my black belt test, and you know, future Allen would probably should have probably taken some of that advice. Future Allen, but past Allen. I'll get to it when I get to it. But middle school, it I don't know. Middle school felt like really like better than elementary because I actually felt like I had real friends for the first time. I had three real friends that I really got close to in middle school. Um, and they helped me a lot through. Okay, wait. Let me just not skip that over. But yeah, middle school wasn't great. It was good, but I hit my depression really well. Um, and yeah, middle school I was okay academically. I mean, I did good, but not like fantastic or so. Like I realized I wasn't really all that. And then COVID happened. COVID was such a roller coaster. COVID was fucking terrible. So terrible in so many ways. COVID was where I felt so alone. I felt so lonely. Um, I remember. I mean, I played video games with my friends, but other than that, I talked to no one. Only had a, I was only able to talk to my parents. I didn't get to see anybody really for a year. Obviously, as everyone else did, but COVID really, really fucked me up. And with my ongoing depression, it just hit, its limit. I remember in December of 2020, right after my biology final, I was gonna kill myself. Um, it's something I it was something I thought about doing for a long time, and um, just everything got to me. Everything got to my head, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I've never told anyone this. I've told many people about me being suicidal and almost killing myself, but I wrote letters to my parents. I wrote letters to my friends. I was really gonna go through with it. I posted on my Instagram that, you know, to my followers that you might never see me again. And I remember just ignoring those messages because I was really gonna go through with it. There's nothing in my mind that stopped me. Um, and I realized that I couldn't because my mom. My mom's been my biggest supporter. My mom is my heart and soul. My mom is the reason why I'm alive today, really. She, knowing, knowing how much I would have hurt her if I took away her only son, her only child, I couldn't do it. And as much as I felt like shit on that day in December, I realized I knew I had to change. I knew I had to change something about me. And that's what I did. I changed my mindset. So every day since December of 2020, my life's motto been, you know, every day above ground is a great day. It is. No matter what, it's a great day. No matter how shitty your day is, every day above ground is a great day because you're alive. And that's something I had to learn the hard way. Because it's not like my depression went away easily. Did not. Took me a good amount of time to finally get over it. Took me a good amount of time to really not to really just realize the idea I put in my head. There was some really rough days, but I'm happy to say I've never thought about killing myself after that day. No matter how many shitty days I've had since that day, I've never thought about it, and I never will, because it's never the option. It never is. You're not making your life easier or happier. You're not. You're just making it worse for your loved ones. You're making it worse for your family. You're making it worse for your friends that truly do care about you. And that's what I learned. Um, Going into high school, I was just wary. Because for the first time in a while, I went to a high school where I didn't know anyone. And I was really scared because I didn't know how people were gonna react to me. I didn't know if people were gonna like me or not. But worked out just fine, I would say. I've changed a lot. I have. I've changed a lot. From the first day you saw me of sophomore year to the last day of senior year of high school, I've changed so much. I really have. I know I have. I really just I truly found myself. And it took me a long time to find myself as a person. It really did. It took me years. Sophomore year me is so different from junior year me, and junior year me is so different from senior year me, and senior year me is so different from me now, from first year or sophomore year in college. I'm so different. I've changed so much. Um, and I would say I had my friends are the reason why I've changed so much. Surrounding myself with so many wonderful people. Surrounding myself with people I want to be around. People that care about me. People that actually like me for who I am. For once in my life, they it really helped me. It helped me so much, and I didn't know how high school was gonna be, and I would say that high school was awesome. Academics, of course, it's kind of shit, but the people, the people outweighed that negative by severely. I've met so many great people from high school. I've met so many best friends from high school. people that I want to see in my life in the future, people that I do truly love and care about. I really do. And, you know, I hope I continue to grow. Um, Not going into just high school. Basically, the recap of high school was it changed me. Dude, a lot of people say that high school is not good. A lot of people say that high school did not do anything for them. But they could not be more wrong in my case. I really did learn who I am. I did learn who I could be, and I didn't. High school made me realize how shit of a student I was. So going to college, I was very scared about my academic, my academic sense. I will admit, college was rough. At first year, college was rough. I didn't, I didn't really make any friends in college. I For like the first semester, I didn't. Not really. I met my friend Jacob from my first year seminar class, and that was it. That was the only person I felt like I truly became a friend of mine. But I knew I had to change myself. I knew I had just like just like when I almost cut myself. I knew I had to change something. So that's what I did. I joined the softball club, and I met so many great people from that. I met so many wonderful people that I hope I can expand friendships with uh, going into the future at Redlands. It's it truly does change my like, and not only that, living by myself, living by not living by myself, but like moving out did change me. It really helped me grow up and realize, I realized I need to take care of myself. I had to do my laundry by myself. I had to get my food by myself. I had to clean my room by myself. I didn't have any help. And going through that experience, probably the best experience I've ever had in my life. It's where I felt truly free, where I felt like I could truly be like myself without having my parents judge me about anything. Um, College also really affected my academics. I've never felt better as a student, really. Middle school and high school educational wise for me was so shit because I was a shit student. I didn't care about the teachings. I didn't care about studying for exams. I didn't do any of that. I just kind of winged it. But I realized in college I needed to take that seriously, or else I was not gonna succeed. And you know what I did? I took it very seriously, especially second semester. Second semester, probably the best. Yeah, probably the best academic experience I've ever had in my life. I truly felt like a great student. I studied for exams. I took notes. I did my homework on time for once because I was a big procrastinator in high school and middle school where I wouldn't do most of my assignments on time, um, or do them at the very last minute. But in college, I did my assignments early. I studied for exams. I studied, like, I took a bunch of notes. So I felt like for the first time in such a long time, I felt proud of myself as a student. I would say that's been the biggest change for me. It's me academic wise. I feel so much better as a student, and I hope I can continue to grow. Because I feel like I've barely reached like the second layer of the iceberg, man. I really do. I feel like there's so much more for me in life. There's so much I have to learn. There's so much I have to experience. There's so much I have to just. And you know what? As shitty as times we are in right now, and very shitty, I mean, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. That's another been one of my mottos. You just gotta go with the flow, you know. But I do know one thing I'm gonna do. One very big personal goal I want to have for the rest of college is to be more out there. I've been more out there, but I felt like I haven't been enough. I didn't really go outside my first year, and I hope I can change that. I hope I can finally express myself. I hope I can finally, for once, I can't. Like, I don't want to be on that shit no more. Wait, I don't want to be on that shit no more. You know, I love video games, and I'm never gonna quit probably, even when I'm like a fucking adult. But it's not a priority no more. It's or even like I want to live life, and there's another model I followed by my life. I followed live a life you want to remember, and right now I'm not living a life I want to remember. Really, I've definitely done more things in my life that I've truly wanted to do. Go to a Waking concert, just hang out with friends, be out there. But I haven't done anything. But I feel like I haven't. I'm not even close to where I want to be. I want to be. I want to be somebody that changes the world. Whether that's kind of stupid because I'm just gonna be like a sports journalist. I'm not gonna be changing the world like that. I mean, I'm gonna be writing about sports. But that's my dream. I love sports, and I won't even be working technically because it'll be what I enjoy doing. I love talking about sports, and if I get to do that for my living, fucking wonderful. I have done everything I wanted in my life then. Just to be a sports journalist, yeah, that'll be that's all it is. Be a sports journalist, and I'll be happy for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's all. That's all. It's just one simple goal. That's the main goal. Obviously, I have so much to learn. I do. I know I have so much to learn in life, and I hope I can continue to. So hopefully Trump doesn't send me to war. Yeah, I really hope he doesn't, because I want to live a life I want to remember. I do. So yeah, I was kind of an autobiography. Not really. Kind of lied. I did say some things about myself, but I don't know. That's like kind of the main talking points that I have. So yeah, thank you for watching if you did for whatever reason. I don't know. Yeah, these videos aren't gonna be edited honestly. Like there's gonna be nothing because I'm too lazy for that. And it's not like I'm expecting like a million people to watch this or even like 10 people to watch this. I don't really care. I just want to do this to get some things off my chest, because I love to yap. I did win the biggest yapper award in high school. So, yeah, that was my yapping session. That was my autobiography. Um, 19-year-old Alan Adrian Vera. Thanks for watching. If you watched this for some reason, I don't know why you would. But yeah.